Hi guys, what's poppin'? It's Chris again. I just wanted to give you guys an update to that QX50 intake mod. Okay, so after when you seen the video, I did make a little bit of a modification to the airbox there. But the thing though is, after I tested it out and everything, the sounds and everything coming from the engine was like you had like a race air, like a ram air intake, kind of like the filter, those chrome ones that you get on Amazon with the chrome, with the red filter with the chrome outlining and stuff on it. It sounds like those kind of pod filters that you just put on the vehicle. But but after doing a review and stuff like that, driving it around, seeing how it drives and stuff like that, the sound is there, but you kind of run into complication, that you see how the engine design is, the airbox, the air ducting and everything. So the thing is, when you're in traffic or when you're sitting idle with the engine running, let's just say on a cold winter day or something, and you just want the car to idle and you just want to chill in the car and warm up, the thing is the heat coming from the engine rises. The heat rises. Remember, heat rises. So the thing is, the airbox is right on top of the engine. And when that happens, and the modification that I made, the heat from the engine rises up into the airbox and then gets triggered by this sensor here, the map sensor. And the map sensor is reading that the air temperature is way too hot, and it kills power, it reduces ignition timing, it pours more fuel into the engine. It's just a whole shit show. So I advise you, if you're going to do this mod, so I'm gonna back up here for a second. Okay, have you noticed on the engine that there's no cover? There's usually a cover that covers this whole entire contraption that's going on here underneath the engine. So that's the thing, there's a cover, the cover for the engine. There's certain pieces underneath that cover. There's like a foam piece underneath that cover that you could use to help with the filtration and help to block out heat. So this is what I did. Let me see if I can just take off the airbox. Hold it for a second. I know I should unclip that. So you see here now. Alright. See, when I did that mod, the foam piece underneath the cover, I cut it up to exactly the shape that I cut out in the airbox, and I placed them in there, in the little spaces there, something like an air filter or heat blockage filter or something like that. So I did that. See, the filter's still there. I might have to change the filter soon, but that's coming up. So I did that, and the box still looks like it's OEM, but it just has extra holes in it at the bottom. And with those filters now that I cut out, it helps block the heat coming off the engine. So there's more cooler air in the box. You still get the growl from the engine, and obviously it does help with the miles per gallon, because when I had that thing open, it was just sucking up so much gas. Like, you could feel more power, but at the same time, the gas mileage definitely went down. So that's something to take note of. If you don't care about that stuff, then go ahead, do the mod. But other than that, there's different ways how you can mod this airbox. You can change up the size of the holes and stuff like that. You can, cut it in a certain way, a certain design that you think it's most beneficial to the noise or to the output you're looking for. So there's many ways to go about it. But other than that, that's what I did. That's what I found out. And if anyone wants to do this mod, then hey, you can try it out. So I left everything still stock. Got the ducting there for the cold air from the outside, so at least it's getting that nice cool air, and it's still getting a little bit more flow from those filters. So yeah, so from the cutout foam that I did, I cut out some foam under the cover. I'll show you later what I did. And yeah, this is how it's looking right now. It still looks stock and everything, but you still got a lot more noise coming out of it, a lot more induction noise, so it'll be a little bit more fun puttering it around. So yeah. All right guys, so I'm downstairs in my basement, and you see the cover here, VC turbo. This is the cover for the engine. So what I did is, when you look underneath this cover, you got the foam pieces there. See, there's not a lot of foam left because I kind of used most of it, but there's foam pieces like that. And what I did with the foam piece, I cut out to the exact same measurement and same size as the cutouts I did for the intake box. And then I put them in as like little filtration, little filters to block out the heat and give the box a little bit more free flowing. But at the same time, it kind of filters the heat and it gives a little bit more fresh air, more air into the air box. So yeah, that's what I did.